Louisiana versus all y'all. Jarrett Roser with senior running back Sy Austin of the top-seeded Franklinton Demons back in the state championship game this week in that Division II non-select game against Cecilia on Friday night. And it's the first time the Demons have been back to this point since 2010. And I know there's a lot of excitement happening out there as they get ready for this thing. But as I talked to Sy about before, a lot of focus to make sure that they complete this mission. So Sy, talk me through what it feels like to be preparing for a state championship game in December right now.
It feels very good because we're not really used. Well, my class, we're not used to this. We had losing seasons back to back, and to finally realize to finally get a part of good coaching staff and players that really want to win and actually care about the team. It feels good. It feels weird that we haven't played this long in a while, but it feels good. It feels great to still practice as my senior year. I'm glad to finish it out in the championship game.
Tell me a little more about that process. I mean, you talk about just the big step forward, the growth, however you want to look at it. When did it start to kind of click for you, particularly your class, this senior group, that y'all were going to have a chance to put Franklinton back where I'm sure y'all feel like Franklinton is supposed to be? When did it kind of start to feel real, or a light bulb moment, anything along the way that you realized, okay, we're going to get this group back?
We realized it during the summer whenever everybody started taking the weight room seriously and all the conditioning and all the working hard during the summer. And we just all just came together, just became a part of a team. And when school started, we just got in the classroom, just focused on that. And then we got our first win against A-Meet. And then we had a setback against Covington. And then we realized that we could have a good team.
So, looking at the Covington game, what was the vibe like, or the communication like? What were the coaches telling you guys to make sure that was just a blip in the road, bump in the road, and that nobody got down or sidetracked or distracted from that, and made sure to stay moving full steam ahead?
That's exactly what happened. We didn't really, I wouldn't say we didn't care, because we had our rivalry game, a school down the street from us, the next week. So we was really just focused on getting that game, and by us winning that, we just never looked back. And nobody really, we're not a team that keep our head down for too long. We're gonna punch you back in the mouth. So
And y'all have been rattling off wins ever since. I mean, whether you guys are able to kind of control the game from start to finish, or in a lot of cases, and we'll talk about it, have to scrap out and have some really clutch performances late in games to get some big wins. What has worked so well for y'all overall through, 11 straight wins now to get to this point? What have you been proud of that y'all have done, or impressed with that this team has done? What do you think has kind of set y'all apart to be one of these last teams standing this weekend?
focus and adjustment. Like we're a second half team. That's what everybody been saying. But yeah, we're a second half team. We've been the best second half team all year long, and there's not really much to say. Defense been getting better. O line is amazing. Everybody we just come together as a team, man. Whenever we're losing, we're not a team that keep our head down. We just keep pushing until we win.
There's probably some times you guys wish some of those games weren't quite as close, and people getting some gray hairs, the match coach salt along the way a little bit when people are stressing late in games. But what have y'all learned about yourselves through some of those moments? I mean, when you're down late or it's an overtime game, what do you take from that enables you to then be that much better, I guess, moving forward? How can those experiences prepare you for whatever those next steps have been along the way?
We just keep pushing. We played a lot of good teams, and we struggled. We struggled a few games, but we just pushed through. Our only overtime game was Sumner, and we just kept fighting. We struggled along the way, but we just kept pushing.
Now y'all get ready for this state championship game. What I asked you, I guess, what this week is like in terms of preparation. How much community excitement are y'all feeling right now around school and around town and everything to be heading back to the Superdome this week?
It's a lot. Everybody can't stop talking about it. We got signs all over the school, in the field house. They're everywhere, and everywhere I go, they're just people just happy. Never seen the town this happy before in my life. To be honest, it feels good to make everybody around Washington Parish proud.
How much do you guys know about, back in the day, the teams making it to the Dome when y'all would have been toddlers, really? I mean, real young guys making it to the Dome, winning a state championship. Um, how much do you hear about that growing up there? How much do you know about those teams back then? And would
My
have
coach is he made it to the Dome. Coach Josh Robinson. He's my coach. He played with the 2009 2010 team. He always says he feels like the 2010 energy. He always says after every time he wins, he feels like the 2010 energy coming back, and he always brings it up. And then he gave us I forgot what's the word he said, but he wears his ring all year to give us motivation to win the championship this Friday. He's been wearing his ring that he won in 2010. He always talks about it. And then we got Coach Shane. So yeah, it felt good.
what do those guys tell you about, I guess, what to expect as you guys get there, or what it's like to be a part of actually being on that field, participating in that game, and going to compete for state? Or maybe Coach Salt, obviously that's one of the storylines this week is Coach Salt is now taking a third program to a state championship. Some of those guys that have been through this in some capacity, whether as a player or coach, what has been their best advice of how to approach this week or approach walking into that stadium and just that game on Friday night?
They always said don't let the lights get too bright for you. And they always said by it being like a bowl, it's gonna be like very loud, and we gotta be loud on communication and just stay focused. And that's really all it is. Just stay focused. And they just said don't let the lights get too bright for you.
How much more confidence does that give you guys to know that y'all have people around there that are leading y'all, coaching y'all, preparing y'all, that have been through some of this before?
Nobody's eyeballs will get too big, and that we should be used to it by now. We've been practicing on the southeastern field for the few weeks, so we're getting used to the turf field. So we should be good. We're going to be good.
Tell me some about the actual football matchup for you guys as y'all get ready for this thing. If we are telling each other on Wednesday, okay, man, if this gets taken care of, or if this and this happens, then Franklinton's winning another state championship. What are areas of the game that you feel like are going to be really key against the Cecilia team?
Contain the running back, contain the quarterback, lock on your man on defense, and the O line just pushes. Wide receivers run their routes correctly. Jacob gets the job done. He makes good reads. So if we just focus on our job, do our 1 of 11 on the field, and we're gonna win.
Tell me a little about Jacob too. He's having a heck of a season. I think he's a guy that is, really you guys as a whole, as a one seed, probably feel like y'all have been a little bit underrated, under the radar, and he's certainly in that mix as a quarterback in that 26 class. What has stood out about him alongside you in that backfield that you feel like has been special about him at the quarterback spot?
Jacob just all around. He's a great person. He's always locked in. He's always motivating people. He always like bringing the team together. If somebody's messing up, he gonna correct me. Not gonna scream at him, but he'll coach him up a little bit. He's not a tough guy. He he's a motivational. He's a good person around, and I'm glad to have him as my quarterback. He's a very good person. He's always locked in.
What would it mean for you to be a part of the senior class that has a chance to lift a trophy at Franklinton again on your way out as you move on out of high school?
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be the best feeling of my life. I can't wait. I can't wait to make it happen. We gonna push through.
And
We gonna get the win.
what do you think, if there's anything that we haven't already talked about, what do you want the state to know about who you guys are, whether it be fans, media, whoever, what this Franklinton Demons team in 2024 is all about? What do you hope they know as the identity and calling card of this group is?
We just hope nobody underrates us anymore. We just tired of the disrespect, and we're just a very strong, focused team with a lot of potential.
And for the fans that have been there with y'all all year and not not overlooking y'all, but out there in their purple and gold, and really excited every Friday night along the way, following y'all to some of these road games and whatnot. This is the last one, Friday, December 13th in the Superdome. What do you want them to, what do you want to see from them in the Dome? What is your last message to them as we all head down there and see each other Friday night?
Just bring the energy. Just bring the energy. That's all I gotta say. Bring the energy, and we gonna finish, and we gonna perform for y'all, and we gonna win.
There you go. He's Sy Austin, a senior in that 2025 class for the Franklinton Demons, getting ready for their first state championship game in 14 years, looking for that first state championship for Louisiana versus all y'all, Jarrett Roser. And thank you all for tuning in. Make sure y'all go check out what should be a fun game on Friday night in the Superdome.